Thank you, Mr. President. I rise today to say that Minority Party is going to look forward to the fact that we're going to have an opportunity to point out the flaws of these particular tax bills or tax schemes, however you want to kind of qualify them. Basically, this bill that we're talking about today is going to be quite simple. If you like tax hikes and loss of jobs, you're going to love this particular bill. I want to talk about teachers and plumbers and things of that nature. The savings that you may think you're getting are going to go right out the door with higher sales taxes. The fact of the matter is that Florida and Texas, two states that basically have done something similar, their sales tax is much higher than Georgia's. The only state that may be a little bit lower is Alaska. Alaska's sales tax may be a little bit lower because they struck oil. Have we struck oil? That's how they're able to actually fund their budget. The fact of the matter is, within the Southeast, Georgia has one of the lowest sales taxes within our particular region. That will all change after this particular bill. And we start talking about sales taxes, it won't just be on your groceries. It'll also be on things like your barbers are going to be collecting your sales tax. And yes, Mr. President, believe it or not, I actually still get a haircut every week. And I can't imagine having to pay my barber, who charges enough as it is, to actually pay him sales tax every week. You start talking about a lawyer, you got a lawyer, you need a lawyer to do a house closing or something of that nature. Guess what? You're going to have to pay him or her sales tax too. So the savings that you may believe you're finding are going to go straight out the door because you're going to be paying sales tax on everything under the sun. And so all of those savings will be gone. But it does not stop there. You don't have to worry about necessarily even paying income tax, because the fact of the matter is Georgia's going to lose jobs, because one of the aspects of this particular bill is getting rid of every tax credit you ever heard of that actually put jobs within Georgia. Oh man, people have talked about for years and years, Georgia's the #1 state to do business. How did we get to that particular point? One of the ways we got to that point was through the use of tax credits when we started talking about manufacturing credits and things of that nature. That gives people jobs. And now we're going to just snatch all of that away, destroy the economic engine that has made us the #1 state to do business. That economic engine is actually people with jobs. So all of those people are going to lose their jobs. So what are you going to tell those people about this tax scheme that you actually have going on now, where they're actually going to lose jobs that were brought here because of those particular credits? But it doesn't end there either. Because one of the things last year, I remember that our lieutenant governor talked about the fact that one of his signal pieces of legislation was the fact that he actually did a child care tax credit. Well, that's going to be gone too. So when you start talking about savings and child care, Georgia has some of the highest child care costs within the nation. But one of the things that actually offsets those costs is our child care tax credit. That will be gone too. So any savings you think you'll see will be going to your barber, will be going to groceries, will be going to your lawyer, your child care will actually go up. It will be lost. And then if you're lucky enough to actually still be employed in this particular state, then you actually then will actually have an opportunity to take care of your family, hopefully. But it doesn't end there either. Because let's actually talk about the fact when you start talking about rural communities, one of the things that has actually helped rural communities is the physician tax credit. That is now gone. Everybody talks about rural. And one of the things that we said would actually help get doctors into this particular state was a rural tax credit. We're going to get rid of that too. So rural communities, if you think you're having trouble right now getting medical care, imagine what it will be like when this particular bill goes into effect and no physicians actually there to serve you at all. It doesn't end there. The bottom line is, if you are in favor of higher taxes and job loss, then you'll love this bill. We cannot wait to actually debate this particular legislation. But if the majority was so right, then why would you have a bill, present a bill in 1 hour that basically causes all of this job loss and tax hikes if you were so right? Why would you only have an hour to do that? So let's bring on the fight. We can't wait. Thank you, Leo.